You know, you, I think, are looking at me to see, like, is she going to like it? And I'm looking at Sean to be like, is he going to like it? Because I'm like, I was like, I want to make sure everyone is, like, aligned and that we all are getting the things we need. Hi, I'm DaCosta, the writer, director, and producer of Hedda.
And I'm Cara, the production designer of Hedda.
And we're here to talk about the process with Deadline.
I'm going to shoot whoever's been sleeping with my wife.
You're going to run out of bullets.
As you know, we were doing our second round of reshoots for the Marvels. Nia and I have done 3 films together now, at this point. I came to you and I said, look at this stuff. And then also, I think I'm going to start looking for the house.
Yeah.
And you're like, great.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
It felt very clandestine. Like,
yeah,
you know, we're
yeah.
like, ooh, do that as well.
Yes. Yeah. Don't tell anybody, but I also was using my Scout that was on the Marvels already.
I can afford it, it's fine.
Yeah, exactly. Mm. So I just started casually looking for the house because I knew that we were going to have to go through some houses to find the right one. I know that you have you love to figure out like all the camera moves, and I know you have specific things in your head. Yeah. So I try to honor that.
It was great, yeah.
Yeah, I just knew that we also wanted to do it in one house.
Exactly, because that would be really just like, I wanted to limit the amount of like, and now we walk to the door and then we cut to like, you know, a place that's 2 hours away and we're doing, you know, whatever. It just would have been such a pain in the ass.
Yes.
And also I think, you know, we just finished a movie where you were designing and inventing and building all these sets in different planets and all this stuff. And so it was nice. I really wanted to feel, you know, the gift of having one location and not have disparate places for it. Yeah.
I think I mentioned that at one point. You know, if we don't find it, we could always cobble some together, and you just, So I was like, okay, well, I'm not even gonna think about that.
Yeah.
But I looked at around 200 houses, just casually throughout the year. This is a year before we started prep. And that sounds crazy, but it's not when we think about, okay, the outside needs to have a lake. And I knew that you wanted it right in the background. You wanted to see that, you wanted that relationship. We wanted a grand staircase. Yeah. We wanted an epic ballroom. And those were the main things I was looking for. And I knew that we could, you know, create the period kitchen and the bathroom in Hedda's bedroom, so I wasn't too worried about that. So when we found Flintham Hall, which was perfect, I remember when I first got there, and basically from the outside, I was thinking, oh, this is gonna be good, because it's so whimsical. It has that whimsicality that. What
kind of house is it, like in terms of period? I can't remember.
It's Italianate, but it was.
Whatever the hell that means, but yeah. Great. Yeah, absolutely.
And that's really rare. I mean, I didn't see any other houses like that. A lot of Georgian houses, which are much more stoic. Yeah. And I just didn't think that was going to have the charm that it needed to have. Yeah. Because we wanted to do something very different. And I didn't see any other house like that. It has the romance. As soon as I got there and went into the great room, I think I tried to FaceTime you. And it was,
did you?
Yeah, the Wi-Fi was terrible though.
Yeah.
So
didn't happen.
You answered, and you were in New York.
Oh wow.
I was in London.
Yeah.
And you answered, and it was. I said, "Oh, I think I've got the house," and then I got, and then it
I don't think I
out.
got a real sense of the house until. I mean, I got the scouting photos, and I think you and Sean went before I went, finally.
Yes.
And I remember Sean and I looked at all the pictures together for all the, I think we had like 4 or 5 options that we were going to go see, Sean and I.
Yes.
And he saw the pictures and he was like, I don't know, this box. He was just like, it's so like linear, you know, and I remember.
Oh, about Flintham?
Yeah, and
really?
from the pictures, he was just like, I don't know. No,
Yeah,
from the pictures. And then but I saw the pictures and I was like, I think it looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
But then we went or then he went first, and then he called me and was like, it's amazing, like the house. He's like, actually, when you're in the space, you see all the nooks and crannies, and the mezzanine was amazing, and so it like really fit everything we're looking for. But then I remember going there with you guys, and the thing that I love about location scouting, because this is like our second time all working with Sean, I kind of, I think are looking at me to see like, is she gonna like it? And I'm looking at Sean to be like, is he gonna like it? Because I'm like, I was like, I want to make sure everyone is like aligned and that we all are getting the things we need, because there's things that I really love. But then I'm also like, okay, Sean's gonna have to work with the light. Where's the sun gonna come up? We know we're gonna use natural lighting as much as possible. Is it gonna be possible? Is he gonna do, when he does his light study, is it gonna be fruitful for us? And it was. Finton was perfect. It's a huge house, and the house, we didn't want to shoot the entire house. Also, we weren't allowed to, but we only needed a certain number of rooms. And
the house that we couldn't, the areas that we couldn't shoot in were modernized anyway.
Right,
like,
and it
we
wouldn't
wouldn't
have
want that.
Yeah, exactly.
But as soon as I saw those nooks and crannies, like it has the openness of being able to see everything at the same time. Yeah. But then it has the little nooks and the secret, hideaway spaces that I knew you wanted. Yeah. Because you told me.
Yes, I was like, man, let me tell you something. But then also, I think the other fun thing was like there's a scene that's not in the finished film that we shot in the attic, which I love that set so much.
I know, I love that too.
And that was one of those moments where the exact shot I had in my head was exactly what we shot, which is amazing. But I also remember walking in there and being like, wow, I love the way that this is decorated. I mean, you always send me like, here's what we're thinking, and but I just loved the set deck, essentially. I loved how you designed that space.
I have to mention the amazing woman who helped us find this house, Emma Pill, and she was already working on another show, and everybody that I asked, do you have a recommendation for, we need somebody to help us find an epic house, and they said, Emma Pill. Everybody would go, well, Emma Pill, she's the best. And I got in touch with her, and she said, I am busy. I'm kind of on a break right now while I'm waiting for a director to come back from, a shoot in Europe. But she said, I want to do this so much. I love period houses so much that I want to do this with you guys. That's okay. And so anytime we went to a house, and even before that, with my scout, Julia, as soon as we would get in there, we would go, can we take out every single piece of furniture in here? All your precious antiques, all your portraits of your ancestors.
Can we put them somewhere in like a attic?
Yeah. Yes, can we take all this out, and can we repaint? Can we put up our own wallpaper? Can we get on the roof and start shooting guns?
Can we do fireworks?
Can we get in your lake?
Yeah.
Is it safe?
Yeah.
And then we always asked, can we drop a real chandelier in here? And if there was any...
So crazy. So that list is insane. Because all these houses are like precious heritage, Yeah.
You!
These owners, they said yes.
Yeah.
The first time we met them, she was like, this is really okay, we can drop a chandelier in here. She said, obviously, it won't be a real chandelier, it'll be a movie chandelier, but
it's still,
we still want to do it.
Onto your,
And he said, well, as long as it's safe, sure.
Yeah,
Which,
amazing.
So.
But we had to protect the room, so we built a fake floor.
Such a boring thing to spend money on.
Yeah, but it looked great. But it was funny because you have to step into because it wouldn't have looked any other way. It was really fun, going to the house because I could take the script and have had all these thoughts about a house that didn't exist, that just sort of existed in my head, which I assume was a cobbled together version of all the period houses I'd seen in movies.
Yes.
And then have a real house and say, okay, all these scenes actually can go into the conservatory. All these scenes should actually be in one location. This bathroom will actually be big and look like that. And, the Great Hall, because one of the things we did was with the Great Hall, we made the library essentially.
Yes.
We made those doors that would close.
Yes.
At a certain point.
And that's so important to the scene when, they shut in Thea's face and then it's just Eileen in that masculine space.
Yeah, yeah.
And when I was watching it again, I was thinking, oh, wow, the contrast of George's, anything that seems George and the rest of the flamboyance is so severe, but in a good way, because it should be completely opposite.
100%, yeah.
But it's just, I guess I didn't really appreciate that until I watched it on film, and to see that library with all the books, you know, the tombs, as Hedda says.
Yeah.
And then the acid green walls and the modern art.
Yeah.
The Willem de Kooning type paintings that would have been so shocking to George's guests.
Yeah, yes. Can you talk about Stella Fox? Because I'm obsessed with her.
I'm obsessed with her too. I wish I could do every film with her, which means you have to bring me back to London.
Exactly. I mean, I love bringing my Americans to London. It's quite gratifying for me. Yeah.
So Stella Fox, I had not worked with her before, but I knew her work, and she works a lot with this incredible British designer called Cave Quinn, and they've done some really interesting period films that are very out of the box. And I just knew that she was going to have the right way of looking at things. And plus, the period films that she had done were even, the budget was even smaller than what we had.
Right, yeah.
And she just knew how to get that done.
Yeah, yeah.
And I met with her, and we just hit it off. She already knew the play.
Oh, lovely, yeah.
Yeah, she got the script, and she said, I want to do this. And
great,
I was so excited because I just knew it was going to be a really great collaboration, and it was. And she's just so organized, so creative. Her
How
team
did you
was
like
amazing.
communicate to her like your vision for it? Like, because you're super specific. Like
Yes.
even when I'm super specific, and I'll come in and say like, I want it to be these kinds of colors, this sort of vibe. But like, there's a lot of room still for you to be like. The thing I love that you do is when you say like, oh yeah, absolutely, and then you have a whole beautiful thing, and then a week later you'd be like, never mind, I found a better way to do it, and then you have give me this whole new thing that's amazing. But how do you build that with Stella?
Well, I really look for a person that is going to be right for the project.
Yeah.
And we were so aligned in taste, but I knew we were going to be because I loved her work before.
Yeah.
And so we talked a lot about what we had discussed. We talked a lot about what I had researched, which I really dove into the socialites of the era, all the really sort of flamboyant women like Una Guinness and Gloria Vanderbilt and Lee Radswell, ones that you look at their interiors and go, oh my God, this is so outrageous.
Yeah, yeah.
And I talked about that with you, and I knew that you really liked it.
Yeah.
And so we just looked at a lot of imagery, and we all the time were drawn to the exact same thing.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, and so we would talk about what we imagined for the space. I had some very specific references that she put up all over. She put my references all up on the wall for every set, and then she would bring stuff to the table, much like we work. You know, she would bring her own ideas to the table. Yeah. And because our tastes are so aligned, and our tastes are so aligned,
yeah, it just filters down like every.
Yeah. I mean, well, plus also because she's done this type of film before, she just knows how to do it. And every time I would go to her and go, hey, I was just thinking about this, she would go, oh yeah, done, already got that. We already did that.
Yeah.
Okay, but don't forget about the thing. Yeah, done, already done.
Yeah.
So she's just that unique talent that has incredible creative energy. She really knows how to. I think I do this too. Like, I know what you like, so I'm trying to filter everything through your eyes.
Yeah.
And then she does the same thing.
Yeah.
So then she starts filtering my filter of your.
Yeah. Basically, by the time it gets to me, it's like three of the best options, you know.
Yes.
So it's like,
Yeah.
She was the one who gave me like the quote of the movie, which was when I asked her about the party, and because she knows all about like historical stuff, and I was like, you know, the 50s, like the party, obviously I want it to devolve in a certain way, and I've seen parties that kind of go crazy, but in terms of drugs, like, what would the vibe be for this set of, like, this high society sort of set? And she goes, oh, there'd be cocaine on every surface. It's like, what? And therefore, it gave me the liberty and the, you know, the ability to have cocaine on nearly every surface at a certain point in that party, and for it to be completely accurate. And so that was very fun. But I want to talk about the chandelier for a couple reasons. First, I just remembered actually you designed the chandelier and you designed a few versions of it. I feel like there were like one other distinct design, and then this is one of the moments where you're like, nah, that's, you know what, I got a better idea.
No, we were looking also at another type of chandelier that had blown glass that was all very specific to the area, to the era.
But it wasn't sharp enough. It didn't feel like a real.
No.
Yeah. It should feel threatening.
Yes.
Especially because when at the beginning of the film,
yes,
she walks under it, you should feel like, oh, if any of those pieces fall on her, then she's fucked.
Yes. So in your original script, there's only one scene in Hedda's bedroom when she's getting ready. And all the scenes with Eileen and Thea were supposed to happen in a guest bedroom.
Yes. So much better. Yeah, I remember this. So basically, I had written that it was that one scene with Hedda, and then there was like guest bedrooms, all these other scenes, because that's where Thea goes to like lay down because her head is always hurting, which is also in the play, and she's slightly ridiculous in the play. But then, kind of out of necessity, but also it ended up making more sense.
Yes.
To have everything be in like her most intimate space.
I'm so glad that we did it that way. Also, it's Hedda's bedroom, so we wanted to make it really special. And it seemed like such a shame to make it a real statement, and then you only have one scene in it, and then you go into a guest bedroom with no character or soul. So I'm so glad that you were open to that. Because I know when you have a scene in your head in a certain way, that's how you want it.
Yeah, but also like a guest bedroom, like what even does that mean? You know, it's like it's so much more interesting what we ended up doing.
Well, also it just makes it more intense.
You
know, because you're in somebody's personal space.
Exactly.
And I think the scene where she's forcing all these clothes on Thea and humiliating her, really makes it so much more, I guess, powerful. That it's in her space. And I think before that was also in like her closet or something, as opposed to being in her bedroom. Like it was sort of not. Yes.
Yeah, that was completely confounding. Because also in that, those are actually also real antique books in there, because which we were not allowed to touch. It was really. It is such a severe like difference, like especially when you compare like Hedda's bedroom to the study, or library, or whatever you want to call it. It is completely different worlds.
Or even just the great room that's
right there.
That's right there. And the balcony. It's just, forced together.
Like it was his last little part of, or his study as well. His study is another really great. George area, but it's really like then you go across the hall to the dining room and you're like, this doesn't belong to George.
How is this? How are these two people living together? And I feel like I love the scene where it really dawns on Hedda when they're in another little nook at the house. She and Judge Brack. It's just so great that it had the nooks that you wanted, because all those scenes with her and Brack just become, they're always in the nooks.
They're always in the nooks,
And they're just so much more intimate like that.
100%. Also, it's funny, I didn't really think about it until now that like those two nooks were actually above each other, or one was above the other.
Yeah, I didn't think about that.
Literally until this exact moment. I was like, oh, wow,
But one more thing about the bathroom, though, to go back to the bathroom. I specifically remember, because the bathrooms at Flintham weren't going to work. They were all modernized. But I wasn't worried about it because I knew that we could come up with the clever solve. But we were on the third floor, which had all been modernized, and they were all guest bedrooms, and they were sizable rooms.
They're good.
But I remember you saying, "Oh, I love these windows," because they were such that graphic shape. And you said, "Oh, I really wish we could use this window for something, but there's no reason to be in this room." And that's when I got the idea that we should put the bathroom in here. And that's another example of because I loved going to all those houses. I love scouting because I feel like I get ideas.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
saw period bathrooms at other houses, and they had the tub in the middle with the paneling and the carpet.
It was horrific.
Which,
yeah, it was absolutely disgusting.
it's so
Carpet
period
and deer tub
correct,
is crazy,
but
yeah.
I just,
It's unhinged.
people still live like that though.
I know, it's crazy.
Carpet
We have
in
to
the
help them.
bathroom.
It's terrible.
No!
Thank you so much for watching this video on the process of making Hedda.